It is the opportunity of a lifetime to come through the Rival Series and play your way into the Rocket League Championship Series. And now we have two teams that were, at least one of them, head and shoulders apparently above the rest of the field, except for the team they're facing in Discombobulators in Monaco. Discombobulators, they beat everybody except Singularity and Monaco. Those are the two teams that are left in this tournament, and they struggled mightily against Monaco just a month ago.
Yeah, and game number 1 underway. Can AS Monaco do it again and take down this ever so lethal Discombobulator team?
We'll tell you exactly how Discombobulators discombobulated all of Europe as this series goes on. This will be cleared away by Virtuoso. Again, a team of all Rival Series rookies. This will be Extra, blocked by Nachito. Virtuoso has Tigre waiting for a challenge. Now Nachito comes on, that's met by iIgnite. Relating Wave will come up, very aggressive on the midfield play. It'll be Virtuoso to send one all the way across. Extra, that pass will find Tigre, and it's AS Monaco who scores first.
Extra finding the open window in the defense, gets it in between all three members, and Tigre with a beautiful shot on target for the early lead for AS Monaco.
Discombobulators, a team that is going to rely very heavily on their physical play, their bumps and demos, very similar to a lot of teams in North America like the Pittsburgh Knights. This will be Nachito to send one downfield. Sent away all the way across by Extra. Now centering pass over to Relating Wave, and Tigre will intercept.
Game 1 is going to be where that veteran gameplay comes in handy. The nerves are definitely on the line, but so much more for Discombobulators. An RLCS spot is just theirs if they can take this series.
We saw Vert get an all-important demo there that kind of hindered Monaco's attack. He does that more than anybody else in the league, almost double the next most physical player who is not even in this playoff tournament. Should be sent downfield. Nachito waiting to make sure Vert can get the clear. He can. More importantly, goes over top of Extra. Here goes Nachito. Has Relating Wave on the opposite side. Won't find him just yet. Virtuoso won't either, as iIgnite is there on the back wall. Skied up for Extra to go after. Relating Wave coming on, and Extra wins the challenge in the Fennec.
Oh, Relating Wave's up. Oh, that's such a dangerous pass. Virtuoso was going for iIgnite, couldn't get him out of net. And due to that, iIgnite's gonna get a beautiful save.
Now Nachito coming on as Tigre had a little trouble negotiating the wall. It'll be Relating Wave over to Vert. That duo's been together now for 2 seasons. They were the number 6 seed in the play-in last season, did not qualify. Same seed this time around, and an all-business approach. They have taken no prisoners all season long. Virtuoso against iIgnite. This ball will find its way to the front. Relating Wave for Nachito, but he has to go back a little bit. Pass not exactly where he thought it was going to be. Now Vert again. Nachito trying to get a piece of Tigre. That does not work out. In the series they played in the regular season, Monaco won in just 4 games. It was 1 of 2 losses for Discombobulators. As iIgnite will play this around and kill just a little more time off the clock. At one point they had 8 demos in a game against Discombobulators. Took the fight right to them, beat them at their own game. That's what they're trying to do here as they trade demos, and it leads to a goal from Extra.
Tigre and Extra swapping spots on the second goal here. Perfect pass coming from Tigre, and Extra at the top of the box gets it around the last defender. AS Monaco looking like this is a cakewalk for them.
Quick 2-0 advantage with 2 minutes remaining, a little less than 2 minutes, as Extra wins that challenge. And again, Monaco in business. Relating Wave's going to give way to Vert. Good job not panicking by the Discombobulators, as they're going to be feeling the pressure here. Yeah, the league play is one thing, but having the RLCS so close, just that close within reach, that's got to do something to them mentally.
Yeah, you're right, Stacks. They aren't panicking, but it seems like there's a lot of hesitation on their side. They're not pushing forward when normally we've seen this team be so aggressive. they're at the top of the pack when you talk about pretty much every stat in the rival series. The desk brought up the shooting percentage. They're number 2, 3, 4. They brought up the total goals, number 2, 3, 5. But also the assists, they're at the top 2, 3, 4. I mean, these guys are just powerhouses.
They haven't had many opportunities, but they did shoot astronomically high, almost 30% as a team. The only team to even average scoring 2 or more goals per season, or per game. ignite plays another one away with 40 seconds left. His journey to this spot.
There it is.
Well chronicled. Nachito. Shot blocked away by ignite, and more importantly, over top of Burt. Letting Wave needs one more touch. It's not forthcoming. ignite did miss that touch, though. Would have put the game away for absolute certain. Instead, there is a glimmer of hope. Virtuoso stopped by extra. And that may just about do it. They needed to score right about there to have a chance at a kickoff goal, at least a comfortable chance, as Tigre will send another one away. Relating Wave doing all he can to try and keep it in the zone, but time is not a commodity that they can afford, and that's going to do it. Sent away one more time by ignite, and AS Monaco have come to play.
And they shut out the so dangerous Discombobulators team. Nothing put on the board, and Nachito, the only one to even get a shot out there. AS Monaco playing perfect, patient defense, waiting for the Discombobulators to come to them. There weren't too many dangerous passes in the midfield. AS Monaco just controlling not only the midfield, but the entire field.
We saw the #1 seed in North America fail to qualify as this opening shot. You saw Virtuoso there. That ball just skipping over him. I think it froze the other defenders too. They were expecting him maybe to jump and get a piece.
Well, and then you're going to see again the next shot, the next goal for AS Monaco was an exact inverse of that play. It just looked the exact same. The passing plays from AS Monaco, they have a game plan against the Discombobulators, and so far, it's working.
It would be far more believable if Europe's #1 seed does not play their way into the RLCS this weekend, because this is like the perfect storm for them. The two teams now that are left are the teams that beat them in league play, and AS Monaco, boy, they match their play style blow for blow. They don't seem to have any problem with the physical play of Discombobulators.
Yeah, and one could argue that you can almost say AS Monaco's the #1 seed. They lost to Team Echo Zulu, something I don't think anyone would ever expect. And if you played that game 100 times again, I would say AS Monaco would win 99 of those. So that's their loss that holds them back, puts them at that #2 seed. But right now, they're looking just like they're in a different class compared to the Discombobulators.
That first game, coupled with what Singularity did, coming back against Method, that's got to strike fear just a little bit into the hearts of Discombobulators. They got to take care of business here. Tigre breaking out for Monaco. One of the preseason favorites to promote into the RLCS, and with good reason. This ball dropped right down and sent all the way out by Tigre. So Relating Wave goes underneath him. Burt couldn't get the redirect. He could also not get the corner boost as Jordan takes ball and boost. Eats a demo for his efforts. One of many you're going to see from Burt, but it does not lead to a shot.
All three members of AS Monaco in that same corner there, and somehow get this ball out, and they're going to try their hand at offense in game #2.
They've been very good with it. This will be Nachito to send one away, though. Virtuoso doesn't have any boost, so he's got to rotate out. That means Relating Wave has to come up. By now, Burt can get back into play, but he's waiting because ignite is all over this ball.
Discombobulators so spaced out right now. AS Monaco can just jump the gun every single pass that's coming out from the Discombobulators.
That is missed, and a critical mistake coming off the wall, and Relating Wave takes advantage.
They're not going to have too many opportunities like this. The ball goes off ignite into the corner. Tigre not expecting that whatsoever, and Relating Wave there to put the first one on the board for the Discombobulators.
Well, after game one, you'll take them any way you can get them, but that's not how you want to rely on scoring. if you're the Discombobulators. Here's iGnite looking to make up for that mistake. And he had a little help from Extra as well. That is not going to get saved. Tigre takes advantage of chaos in front.
All right, now it's tit for tat. They capitalize on the mistakes of one another. We're all evened up, and Virtuoso almost got a clever pinch save to put that into the back corner, but unfortunately for him, it goes to the back of the net.
Relating Wave and Extra converge on this kickoff as we reset things at a goal apiece. Extra throws one all the way to the opposite side, and Relating Wave is right there. Good, powerful clear out of the zone, but brought back in despite the demo on Tigre. Now Relating Wave didn't get the shot he was hoping for. Virtuoso will steal that corner boost and head out and leave Monaco with just a little bit less to work with. Extra. Decent first touch, but he couldn't get control. And now he will give way for Tigre. Back around the corner. iGnite's got to have this. This time he does. But now Relating Wave tried to play behind iGnite, make things awkward for him on the back wall. That will deflect right out to Tigre. And another good stop made by Monaco.
There's been so many of those balls that have been touched, dropped right to the top of the box of AS Monaco's defensive half, and no one is there from the Discombobulators.
There's a drive by Nachito. Didn't have enough pace on it, though. The shot saved away rather easily by Extra. Now Vert's going to bring another one in. They got a demo on Extra, and that does not lead to a shot again. That is Discombobulators' bread and butter. They get these demos, and then a few seconds later, that's when they score. That's why nobody makes a lot of saves against them. Monaco, very solid on the defensive end, and they don't panic when they're down a man.
Yeah, 5 shots from the Discombobulators, 3 saves from AS Monaco, and in game 1, the 3 shots that the Discombobulators have, all 3 were saved by AS Monaco. They're doing a great job on defense, and I talked about it, the patience, no panic, just waiting to see what Discombobulators are going to bring forth.
All 3 of those shots also taken by Nachito's on this ball, but he's not going to get a second touch as iGnite is there in his face. Now Virtuoso for Nachito with a full tank, but he led him too far. Now Relating Wave will bomb one downfield. Nobody else is there, so iGnite should have it rather easily. Team's just playing volleyball at this point. Not much attacking going on, more just trying to stretch out the defense, bait out a mistake. Discombobulators are taking advantage of one. They got a demo from Nachito. They've been targeting Extra all series, and again, Extra spawns in time to give iGnite a little support.
I don't blame him. 20 goals, 19 assists on the season. Been a stellar player for AS Monaco. Try and take him out of the picture.
High off the backboard, and Extra will send it away yet again. They are not actively looking to work in transition. Just waiting for a mistake. Both teams are. And again, while one team has taken advantage of one, you're not going to get many more like that. iGnite, right down to Virtuoso. This has the feel of a game that could have a lengthy overtime. If we get there, Tigre will send one away. Follow-up is nowhere to be found as this goes right back into the Discombobulators' end. Nachito's got to get there. iGnite does challenge. Now here comes Monaco. Now they've turned up the heat. Extra looking to play one in, needs a high bounce. iGnite for Tigre. And no, it's going to be saved away by Relating Wave. That sends us to overtime.
That was almost in. A great pass out from iGnite. But the defense just waiting flat-footed. Nachito is a 1v1. Gets the boost, gets up into the corner. Looking for goalie. Virtuoso's up. But the double tap turned away by Tigre.
Out of the corner, it's Nachito. It doesn't have the boost to follow this up. So Virtuoso will rush over, strafing across the field to try and keep it in play. Now Relating Wave has to work out of his own corner. Doesn't have a lot of pressure, but he misplayed the ball, so Nachito has to bail him out. iGnite. Tigre, all-important boost take out of his own zone. He had Nachito breathing down his neck. Now Virtuoso doesn't have a whole lot to work with, neither does iGnite. So it'll be Tigre trying to go over top of Nachito. And he got the bump as well. Tigre wins in OT.
What a showcase of 1v1 skills. Gets under the ball, gets the last second flip, and then bumps the defender out of the way. Not too sure if it was intentional, but hey, it counts, and it puts the second win on the board for AS Monaco.
He did not have a lot to work with, but he had just enough, and on only 4 shots, AS Monaco, they survived that little error by iGnite early on in the game. They come back, and they take game 2, and now a commanding 2-0 advantage with that overtime winner.
And coming into this game, my eyes were on Tigre 100%. He has been the player for AS Monaco that I felt like could bring a little more to the table every single week. Low amount of goals, low amount of assists, very low shooting percentage, but all that doesn't matter right now. This is the playoffs, and what matters is game 1 and game 2. And so far, he has 3 goals, 1 assist. I mean, this guy's showing up.
He absolutely is. You remember that magical run they went on at DreamHack Montreal to kind of put their names on the map. I mean, they're already fairly well known, but a lot of players, especially rival series or RLCS fans, weren't going to see a whole lot of, say, Oceania and Extra. And the show they put on was phenomenal. The show Tigre is putting on in this series is great as well. 10 shots, by the way, in that game for Discombobulators. 10 shots this series for AS Monaco. That's got to be very frustrating for the Discombobulators to only come away with 1 goal on their 13 shots.
1 goal in 2 games coming from a relating wave, and I don't think anyone could ever imagine that, given the stats that this team has put up all season long.
Again, a team that averaged 2.5 per game has only 1 in this series with the RLCS on the line. iGnite going up top, trying to force his way through, and he does.
Gets the pool shot on it as well. Nachito's grandkids are going to feel this dunk.
My goodness, iGnite determined to get back to the RLCS after being rather unceremoniously dumped from TSM in the offseason. Of course, TSM waiting for these teams in the promotion tournament next weekend. How sweet would that feel for iGnite if he goes up and Remco and TSM go down?
Oh, that would feel good. Look at the pass. iGnite can't get the redirect. Very difficult, but he's still at the top of the box. Relating Wave gets a much-needed touch to clear this ball downfield. AS Monaco looking so dangerous, and iGnite had to have been watching yesterday. Saw all those highlight reel plays. Extra by 1, extra by 2. Can't get past the 3rd.
With no boost to work with, just trying to will that ball into the net. Didn't get there. Now iGnite. Him and Tigre both playing like men possessed in this series. Between them, 4 goals with iGnite finally scoring 1 here. But there's Virtuoso, and finally Discombobulators can feel like they earned 1.
I love this pass from Nachito. Nice and soft. He knows he can't get that shot on net. Just feeds his teammate the ball. Virtuoso ties up this game, and now every single member of Discombobulators have gotten involved.
104K going top shelf. Now Relating Wave over to Virtuoso. Can the Discombobulators get things rolling? Can they right the ship? They'll be extra. Right at Vert. He has to turn, but he doesn't have any boost to play with. Needs to get to his own corner, and he does. Just ahead of Tigre. So he can work downfield now. Little wave dash to get himself going, and Relating Wave couldn't play the ball from the ceiling. Nachito will try. That's going to be cleared away by tandem defense from AS Monaco. And now they are going to be back in business as they try to clear.
This is the speed we're used to seeing from the Discombobulators. It's taken 3 games, but the gears are fully lubricated up. They're starting to go full steam ahead. Look at that passing play. Virtuoso couldn't get Tigre out, though.
Nachito did not get any air at all coming off the wall, so now Vert, he's going to challenge, and he may have enough for a dunk against Tigre, and that's well won by the RLCS veteran. Now Extra, trying to get some interference from iGnite as well, and the Discombobulators, they do not lose out on their own game. Nachito to send one away. Relating Wave is over there, but so too is iGnite. Nachito will have to work a little extra. There is Extra to bring another one back in. AS Monaco, they have dominated on offense for much of this series. They are not out of the clear just yet. Deadlocked in game 3. Nachito rings one off the crossbar, and Relating Wave scores his second.
1, 2, 3 Discombobulators on the field, and all 3 getting involved on this shot. Relating Wave, the third man back, able to sneak that one inside the post.
Second half starts with a boom as Discombobulators take the lead. Now they got to hold on to it. Extra will give way to Tigray. Now it's iignite, looking for Extra. He's all the way back. Centering pass is not going to find a teammate. Virtuoso trying to slow that down and throw off the timing of the defense. Now Tigray.
Again.
Going over top, and he forces it through.
Joe, don't let him come down the field uncontested in a 1v1 scenario, because he's going to make you look silly just like that.
Had Nachito with his back to him and knew he had him dead to rights. 2:05 remains. We've got a game on our hands here, 2 apiece. That'll be blocked by Extra. Was not going to be on target. Now to the ceiling, just one fluid motion, trying to make his way downfield. Now Virtuoso, not to be outdone. Wave dash across the ceiling. Stopped by iignite, and he wins the challenge on the side as well. And then, of course, for all of his efforts, taken out of the play by Vert. Tigray, backboard. Nobody coming up. iignite, finally there. He's going to make a slow play, and that's going to be bounced wide. Relating Wave just got a piece.
And Relating Wave had his tailpipes hitting the back of the net. He knew that AS Monaco's looking for a demo every time they're rotating through. Smart defensive play coming out from the Discombobulators.
Virtuoso as Relating Wave gets nudged a bit by Extra. Now Relating Wave down towards Nachito, but that's again intercepted by Tigray. iignite flying high, got a bump as well. That opened things up for Extra, but the defense of Discombobulators recovers yet again. Here's Virtuoso over top of Extra. Again played in by iignite, and again played in from the skies, and that's where iignite has spent a significant part of the season, more than anybody else, high above the ground. Now the Discombobulators trying to work on the offensive end with 30 seconds left.
Oh, that's a shot on target, nice and hard. iignite gives his team the lead late.
It happens that quickly. One little win at midfield, and AS Monaco are all over you. iignite scores his second, threading the needle on the near side. And imagine if Monaco can open up a 3-game lead. 34 seconds left. Dire straits for Discombobulators. Again, the #1 team from league play. Nachito to Relating Wave. Great shot. Better stop well out in front. And that almost put it away. That definitely did.
The nail in the coffin, and it's none other than Tigray. iignite with a push down the field off target, but Tigray there for the cleanup in the box. Nachito could do nothing other than flop on the goal line.
This is incredible from AS Monaco. They have come in on a mission. Extra playing yet another one in of little consequence at this point, because time is not on the side of the Discombobulators. Unless they score right here, they're going to need a kickoff goal. They don't get it, and that will do it for Game 3. It has been all AS Monaco in this win and in match for RLCS Season 9.
Discombobulators are going to have to pull out a reverse sweep if they want to push themselves automatically into the RLCS right here. And that hasn't happened the entire season, Stacks. Every game that they've won hasn't gone the distance. The only Game 5 they saw was up against Team Singularity, and they lost that one.
Yeah, they will be entering uncharted territory thanks in large part to this. Follow-up from iignite, perfect read out of the corner, and it had to be perfect placement. A little bit to the left, you bang it off the post. A little bit to the right, it gets pinched off the post and saved away.
And bang, right off the grill, gets the power on it. Nachito, there's no way he's going to save that. 100 tries, he couldn't do it once. And we go into Game 4 on Utopia Coliseum. The stars are out, but are they aligned properly for AS Monaco to get into the RLCS?
Again, it's been incredible. 18 shots to 20, so the advantage is still to the Discombobulators in that department, but what AS Monaco has done all season long, they've taken advantage of their opportunities. They've been far more efficient than most other teams in the league, and they're not fazed by this physical bump and demo offense.
The difference is all right here. Yeah. It's all right here. It's the big brain plays. They can see plays developing. They're cutting off the passes. This team is looking dominant. This team is looking like they can't be stopped.
When they were signed by AS Monaco, they laid an egg on their first match over on the B stream. And ever since then, they have been as close to a sure bet as you could get. Virtuoso trying to go around iIgnite. Not going to happen. He's still got a lot of boost to work with if anybody can get a pass to him. Instead, he'll have to use that boost to play back to his own zone and perhaps forego his own corner. Extra, downfield to the corner. Got one in front for iIgnite, but Virtuoso did just enough. Now so kick out to Extra. He can get enough air. Needs one more, not happening.
Good pinch to bomb this downfield. iIgnite gonna have to scramble. Doesn't get the boost. He is low, but Discombobulators don't recognize that. They do retain possession. Relating wave by one. iIgnite patiently on that back wall gets this ball into the corner. The Discombobulators finally get a goal in the back of the net.
Somebody sign these guys. This is the worst team name since Atelier, I swear. Relating wave, though, again, moving against his momentum, able to force that ball back. And again, it's kind of a cheap goal. It's on an empty net. Discombobulators, they have strived on creating empty nets, but that one just kind of happened organically.
I swear, every time I try and say the Discombobulators, it's like I'm chewing on my own tongue.
iIgnite over top of Virtuoso. This is stuffed right back in Relating Wave's face. And now here comes Tigre. Wins that challenge underneath, but Virtuoso there for the backup. Extra. He's going to challenge Vert, but Vert does well to play by him. Needs another touch, and nobody there in support for the Discombobulators. Again, a team that is usually hyper-aggressive, have been anything but. They've been very timid in this series.
Absolutely. Nothing but hesitation coming out from them, and 3 minutes to go. Definitely way too early to turtle up and try and hold on to that 1-0 scoreline. Uh-oh, the bump comes out, and Extra ties the game.
Again, just taking their own game at them. Relating wave sent into next week, and Extra scores officially unassisted. And now Monaco's back in business.
Discombobulators normally push out. They have trust in their teammates to get the ball all the way downfield to them, but when you can't even get close to it because you're bumped out of the picture, you got to change something up.
Extra to the backboard for iIgnite, and Nachito had to climb up quickly to send it away. Now Virtuoso. Needs one more touch, doesn't have any boost, but he will steal some out of the Monaco end. Relating wave has enough to get one more touch. That's blocked out by iIgnite. Tigre stuffs Nachito. This will find its way to the front, but Relating wave was already on his way back. He has to turn, and that gives Monaco time to recover. Tigre doesn't have a lot to work with, but nobody came up to challenge him.
Yeah, this midfield is all AS Monaco, and they don't even have to do anything to hold on to it. Discombobulators are just giving it to them.
Now it's going to be Vert. He'll try a solo effort. Blocked by iIgnite. Follow-up. Little off target by Nachito. This is posted in, and Relating Wave will thank his lucky stars.
Relating Wave puts the perfect amount of English on this ball to just roll it inside that top corner. Sometimes luck's on your side, and that's one of those moments.
So the Discombobulators have a lead, sort of late, but it is still with 2 minutes remaining. Virtuoso right at Extra. trying to take advantage of a bad clear. Nachito coming on, and he scores!
It's just starting to pile up, Stacks. This team is getting hot, and the reverse sweep is officially alive.
There was a baseball team in 2004 that famously said, "Don't let us win one." That's what the Discombobulators are on right now, trying to get just one at a time in a reverse sweep effort. Reverse sweep in a best of 7. Just as rare in eSports as it is in traditional sports. Here's Extra, turning around with no boost. Trying to do a lot with nothing, and not surprisingly beaten out by Nachito. Now relating wave. He'll take his time, and again, just play it right back to midfield, as it's AS Monaco that has to chase this game here in Game 4. Relating wave over towards Virtuoso. They try to team up to clear the zone. They can't. iGnite now back to Extra. He has to turn back a little bit, and the timing isn't there for Monaco.
It was the right idea, though. I like to see those back passes come out when you see the defenders all back on their feet. And just off his mark is iGnite, bringing off the crossbar.
A very method-esque shot there because the pass was right on the money. The shot just sailed up on him, hit the crossbar. Now Extra, trying to work out of his own corner. Knocked up in the air by Nachito. Now here's relating wave. This will go through. iGnite got a piece. And Tigre might have thrown him off just a little bit, but he did well enough to start sending it away. Down to 30 seconds. Discombobulators closing in on their first postseason win. Now Tigre. That's blocked partially by Nachito. Virtuoso not in any hurry to get downfield and give possession back to Monaco. That whiff, that may prove to be the straw that breaks the camel's back here, as time is going to run down. Relating wave to center. iGnite with one last clear, but they are not going to score in time unless Tigre can connect here, and he can't. And the Discombobulators, 1 down, 3 to go.
1 down, 3 to go, and they can't lose a game. That's a hard ask when you're going up against the likes of Tigre, Extra, and most importantly, iGnite. This man is on a mission.
And it's a game for AS Monaco where they're going to feel like they had their opportunities. They had a great one right at the end that rung off the crossbar, but it was Nachito setting up relating wave. A ball that in maybe games past would have gone off the crossbar and away, hit the corner, rolled in.
Yeah, good shot placement as well. You saw the defender sitting on the ground, so he gets underneath that ball to loft it up and squeezes it right in the back of the net. That was the difference maker to take the lead, and then it just started rolling away from AS Monaco. Game 5, here we come. AS Monaco not sweating even a little bit just yet. They have so much of a buffer that, hey, we could still try and work things out. But like I was saying, Discombobulators, they've warmed up.
Well, most importantly, they found an answer for Tigre. They were finally able to calm him down, because in those first few games, he scored 5 goals, had a couple assists to go with it as well. He's been phenomenal in this series, but took a game off, and that's all it took for Discombobulators to finally get on the board. Now, we mentioned it with Method. You miss out on a closeout opportunity. Now you start to wonder, all right, how do we get past them? How do we get that elusive 4th win? Will be iGnite to try and start a counterattack, but he is met by Nachito. Relating waves, circling around on his own defensive end, right in front of his net. Play that away, got his own corner boost, and he may be able to start downfield, but Nachito can't play that. Taking advantage was iGnite, and Virtuoso makes the save. Extra got a piece of Vert as well.
Yeah, I think that also pinched off the hood of the Discombobulator defender there to put that power on target. Good save there coming out from the defender.
iGnite, blocked by Nachito. New game, new Monaco. Here's Extra, stopped by Nachito and Vert. Now relating wave. Little indecisive about how he was going to approach that ball. Opted to turn for the boost. That could have cost him precious seconds, and iGnite takes advantage.
iGnite's not going to miss this one, not with how much is on the line. Great challenge from Extra. no defender in net. All iGnite has to do is place it between the dotted lines.
This is not iGnite's first rodeo in the Rival Series either. He played in the very first Rival Series. Decidedly a much different league. Now Tigre, blocked by Virtuoso. iGnite over Nachito. Nachito did get a piece. And it will be Virtuoso going around, trying to force his way through Extra. Nachito dumps one back into the Monaco corner. Relating wave, center for Nachito, redirect is high. Relating wave on an empty net, he will score.
And Nachito with just a cute little pass here at the top of the box. Gets it around two defenders, and relating wave, again, an open net for him. Ties this game up. AS Monaco needs to really rein in everything and try and limit those mistakes.
The fourth assist in this series for Nachito as Discombobulators have come alive. Hard to have a better October than Nachito had, as he's going to try to score a double here, but he's off the mark. Relating wave with a drive. That's saved by Extra coming from above. Now Nachito again beaten out, and this will be set all the way downfield.
AS Monaco survived that onslaught.
Now iGnite banking another one towards the net. Another one over. iGnite's there on the weak side, and Virtuoso had the soul read on him.
Oh, and then gets that one away. Two offenders from Monaco barreling down on him, and Virtuoso hanging on tight in the defensive zone.
Now Virtuoso gives way his relating wave. That's going to drop straight down, and relating wave read it all the way.
What a read off the ceiling coming from relating wave. One of the top goal scorers in Europe beats Tigre on that one.
And with 2:45, Discombobulators back in front in another game. They are fighting for all they've got here to avoid that promotion tournament next week, or avoid another matchup later on against Team Singularity. Virtuoso beaten by iGnite, and Nachito is there for the clear. Back in, Extra trying to float onto this ball. Now iGnite down to Tigre. That tandem's been deadly, but not this time. Nachito out of the corner, and it will be cleared away yet again by iGnite. Looking to get his team tied back up in Game 5, and yet again sent away by Vert.
Extra, nice double tap, but relating wave, the patience on display, gets a good pass off that backboard. iGnite, a much needed touch to disrupt Virtuoso, couldn't get the read. Here comes iGnite all the way down the field, nice hard shot. Turned away by Virtuoso. He has been the most important defender for the Discombobulators in this series.
Discombobulators all seem to just freeze in place, trying to figure out who's going to go where. Now Tigre try to work around the corner. iGnite, one touch out to Extra, and he puts it right down the middle.
Perfect back pass coming out from the top of the box. Nice and hard, nice and low, and Extra goes under the defenders to tie up game number 5.
A minute 32 remains. It's time to start sweating a little bit for the Discombobulators. They watch another lead go by the wayside. Virtuoso right at iGnite. Doesn't get another touch, and probably a good thing that he didn't, because that could have gone straight at his own net. Relating wave with no boost, just trying to do all he can and win the race to the Monaco corner boost. Virtuoso will turn on this. Has not to go all the way downfield. Doesn't have a way to get the ball to him. Relating wave will not get his own boost, so he's stuck with 30. Now Virtuoso out, but nobody to outlet to.
Oh, good push there from Nachito, getting the offender away, but iGnite was already pushed forward. Relating wave can't get that ball out of the corner. iGnite's going to roll it down off the ceiling. Dangerous ball, the top of the box, but somehow Discombobulators able to scramble, keep that ball out of the back of the net. Dangerous one, Extra's up, and Virtuoso, another save credited to his name. That's 5 in game number 5.
And that's excellent communication on defense. Relating wave trying to find Nachito, and that's well blocked by Extra. Now iGnite goes over top of relating wave. Didn't take the ball with him. Nachito will bring it right back in. With 15 seconds remaining, Virtuoso from his own zone. trying to play that to himself, and he does. Clever first touch, and the demo had a lead blocker running downfield, but Extra makes the save.
No boost.
Doesn't have anything to work with, and Relating Wave takes advantage. Burt misses that ball, and we go to golden goal in Game 5.
The ball goes into the back of the blue net. You're going to see AS Monaco in the RLCS next season.
Played down to Tigre, didn't get that ball to Extra, so Nachito could try to power it to the corner. Virtuoso, oh, Nachito was gunning for Tigre, didn't get him. Relating Wave wins a challenge. That net looking awful appealing, but the save, or the stop is made by iIgnite.
Oh, good read from Virtuoso, but couldn't follow that one up. All three members of AS Monaco bunched up in that corner. Discombobulators is going to keep the ball in the orange half, but a dangerous touch from Virtuoso down. AS Monaco was still stuck in their defensive half.
And Vert did not get the corner boost, so he's in a spot of trouble. Back in this goes, Virtuoso along his own backboard. That's what you have to do when you don't have much. Now Tigre should have a free play. He does. One more to set it up for Extra, and he led him way too far. Extra could not read the pass. Now another one coming in. Virtuoso should have it, and he does. Tigre, double, no, missed it, so Nachito can clear.
Oh, they finally get it out of their half. They were starting to get weathered down, worked left to right, and a good pass out. Nachito can't get the touch. iIgnite there for the punish, and Tigre pushes this into the corner, but Virtuoso bombs this one downfield.
Vert against iIgnite. This round goes to Virtuoso. Can he find Relating Wave? No, Tigre's there. And another ball downfield as Monaco looks to work very quickly. They spent a lot of time in the offensive zone all season long. They're very comfortable here, and they know how to stay there. Nachito over top of iIgnite. Tigre is there. iIgnite will still be downfield for a moment, but he'll come all the way back. Tigre.
Oh, that's off.
Oh, my
goodness. That was off Nachito.
Yeah, that was a little scary. Virtuoso able to recover. Now Extra picked his spot and just barely missed it. Dropping straight down, Virtuoso to Relating Wave. Both teams have had their chances in overtime. Again, if Monaco wins, they go to the RLCS. If Discombobulators win, we're going to keep on playing here in this upper bracket matchup.
Relating Wave had to jump over Tigre there. iIgnite wants that one back, and Nachito, this ball is just going back and forth. Half a game has been played here in overtime. Neither team willing to budge.
They played less than a minute of overtime back in Game 2. A game won by Monaco. They did not win it here. And now Virtuoso will try to start the counterattack, but they're not going to get any boost to work with because AS Monaco is managing it. Nachito going to have a tough time with this ball, and Extra puts AS Monaco into the RLCS.
It took one season for iIgnite to put himself back into the RLCS, and he has a fantastic support crew all around him. Extra puts the nail in the coffin for the Discombobulators.